Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me. In today's reading, we will be receiving a channeled message from Uzume. If you want to know more about the Shinto Deity, then right after this brief introduction, I'll be giving you some information about her. All right. Before we get into that, I do want to let you know that I'm giving away a free personalized tarot reading, and all you have to do to qualify is give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and type Red Moon in the comment section below. I'll be announcing the winner on August 19th, 2024 during the next full moon. And to choose your reading, all you have to do is let your intuition guide you as to which image or crystal you're most drawn to. So for the first reading, we have Flute with Grape, Agate. And for the second reading, we have Insects with Happy Lace Agate or Crazy Lace Agate. And for the third reading, we have Drum with Ruby Kyanite. Let your intuition guide you. Whichever crystal or image you're most drawn to is probably the reading meant for you. Of course, you're always welcome to listen to 2 or even all 3 of the readings, as you may find additional messages for you there. You'll find a link to the readings and info about Uzume in the description box below. Thank you for your interest in Uzume. Uzume is an ancient being that is part of the Shinto belief, Shinto practice, which came out of what we now call Japan. Shintoism is older than the word Japan, and the people who lived by the philosophies and stories of Shinto didn't have a written language. Everything was passed down by word of mouth. So there aren't a lot of ancient text that describe the origins of these beings. Uzume is more of a primordial force. And one of the most famous stories that involves Uzume is the story of the power that she had over the sun, the power to influence the sun. And in Shinto, the sun is a goddess, a female energy. And at one time, she was upset at her brother for the destruction that he caused. So she hid herself away in the cave, plunging the earth into dark, cold times. And of course, all the gods and goddesses, all the deity wanted to get the sun to come out of the cave. And Uzume was the one deity, or kami as they would be called, the spirits of the Japanese islands, that was able to coax the sun out. And what she did was she turned over a tub in front of the cave and began to dance wildly. You see here that she's laughing. The other gods, the other deities, laughed with her. She was being really silly. She even started to do a strip tease and take her clothes off. And eventually, the goddess, the sun, came out to see what was going on. And when she did that, there was a mirror set up. She saw her reflection. The sun saw her reflection in the mirror and saw how brilliant she was and was drawn out even further. And at that time, some of the other deities rolled a stone over the cave so that she couldn't go back in. And it's Uzume's power of humor that's able to transmute energy. And we see this with comedians who draw upon their own life experiences, which some would describe as painful, traumatic even, and they find ways to heal themselves through laughter, to be able to laugh at themselves. It is a great gift when you can look at the sorrows that you've experienced and you're able to laugh at them. That is when you know you are truly healed or healing. And comedians have a great way of sharing this with audiences. Laughter is a great medicine. And so that's what Uzume is all about, this positivity, this laughter. And you can invoke her by dancing, by drumming, using rattles, bells, playing music, really engaging your inner child. All right, I want to read to you what the guidebook says about this goddess. When the Japanese goddess of laughter and mirth, Uzume, enters your day, be playful and cultivate good-natured humor. Laughter is the best medicine and exceptionally healing at this time. Keep your focus on fun and positivity and see the humor if you can. Life is not meant to be all work and no play, all focus and no release. Humor fosters resilience and lightheartedness, alleviates emotional pain, giving a much-needed break from the burdens and speed of life. Now is the time for you to be silly, laugh more, even take up laughing yoga. Yes, the world is serious and your dreams and desires are too, but the joyful goddess of Uzume reminds you to enjoy your life and have fun. Have you been taking yourself and life too seriously lately? Has life become a burden? Do you feel indentured to a project or person? And the heaviness of it all makes it difficult to believe there could be relief. Well, the laughing goddess Uzume has arrived to let you know to stop right now and be playful. Look for the funny, ridiculous, and foolish in the world. It's time for some comedy. Be like a child today. Finger paint. Call your funniest friends and do laughing yoga. Have a giggle fest. The goddess Uzume reminds you when you get too serious, she will help you laugh. This is the right way to balance all the hard work you've been doing lately. You are so loved. Beautiful message. And look at that beautiful smile. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your readings. Hello, reading number 1. Welcome. You chose the Grape Agate. I love this stone. It's just so beautiful. And the Grape Agate is a stone that helps ease any anxiety you may have in your mind. It's a very soothing, protective energy, and it really helps you to embrace your instincts, so that you can feel comfortable being yourself, which goes along perfectly with the flute, which is all about self-expression and allowing yourself to communicate, be seen, express exactly who you are, as you want to be, and not worry about what other people think. So, how do you express yourself and expressing yourself authentically? All right, let's get some oracle cards, which I list all the cards that I use, and if I have a link where you can get them, I'll include that as well. You'll find that in the description box below. All right. What message does Uzume have for the first reading? Mirror Guardian. Okay, this is interesting because Uzume, one of Uzume's symbols is the mirror. So, wow, thank you. She is definitely present here with us now. This is confirmation. Take time to reflect. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this even though it's already in the story. I'll just give you the shorter version. The sun goddess was hiding in a cave, and it was Uzume who was able to coax her out. And when the sun looked in the mirror and saw her brilliance, she came out further. So what I think this means is that it's time for you to see your brilliance. It's time for you to reflect and see how amazing and beautiful you are. This is what Uzume wants for you to see what a truly magnificent being you are. Wow, I love that. Thank you so much, Uzume. I feel like maybe we should get one more card from this deck. All right, here we go. Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. All right, so use your emotions to understand what is going to make you feel brilliant and magnificent, not externally, but internally. What activities do you engage in that really fill your cup? Dancing, and what music gets you going and makes you want to dance or makes you want to sing, and engaging in those. What outfit makes you feel beautiful and powerful or handsome and strong? Doing these things, that's what's going to really help you to embrace your true inner being and let it out to shine. It's like the sun hiding in the cave and then coming out. You're meant to come out of that cave now and let your light shine. It's like you've been hiding some beautiful aspect of yourself because either you didn't believe that it was beautiful or you didn't think other people would see it. And the more you embrace your true nature, no matter who you are or what you look like, your inner glow is what people will be attracted to. All right, let's get one of these cards. What message does Uzume have for the first reading? If you hear sounds in the back, that's Agnes. You can hear or see a picture of her on Instagram. All right, look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. And so what that means is to literally take a book and flip it open. Just at any random page, just take a book, flip it open, and then put your finger down. This one says, places of power called medicine wheels are found in diverse forms and shapes across the globe. Forms and shapes is really where my finger landed. Yeah. We are all meant to look different and be different. And of course, this message is for you to look in a book to do that. I just did that to show you what it meant for you to do. But please do that when you have a question. Hold the question in your mind, take a book, flip it open, and see how the message applies. All right, let's get some tarot cards. What message does Uzume have for the first reading? All right, I really feel this card wanted to come out. The Two of Bows. All right, this is expansion through your creative force, your creative energy. Using your passion, your spirituality, your creativity, it's all connected. These aren't separate things. They're all intertwined. The way that you create, what you express yourself in, that truly is your spirituality. If you crochet, you are weaving in your magic into what you're making. If you paint, if you sing, if you dance, all of that is mixed in, part of that expression. Look at these little energy spirals coming out with the music, with the flute music. All right, let's get another card. The Eight of Vessels. So the Eight of Vessels is when somebody has had enough of something and they're moving on from it. So we see all of these bowls are full. So if you walk to the river to fill up your vessel to get water, you don't need to keep refilling it once it's full. You're going to take it back and consume it. And then when it's empty, you'll go back to the river. But at this point, all of the vessels are full. So it's time to move on from that energy, from that space. There's something you're moving on from, something that you've received enough of that you're ready to move away from now. All right, the Ancestor. I love that. So we see an ancestor here using a drum. And if you were drawn to pile number 3, then you may want to listen to it. Of course, I haven't done that reading yet, so I have no idea what the message will be. But we see here the ancestor hitting a drum. So this deck is, I feel, not meant to be read exactly like a traditional deck. And it's interesting because in a traditional deck, this card would be about tradition. But I feel that what this is saying is that in your bones, in your DNA, you are connected to your ancestors, and there's something you're meant to express, like dance or playing the flute, writing, the way you communicate, the way you dress, the way you fix your hair, all of these things. You expressing that and engaging it is honoring your ancestors. Trust your instincts. You are meant to trust your instincts. Wear what you want to wear. And you are, in a way, embodying your ancestors when you do this. Remember, you are your ancestors' dream. The conditions that they longed for, you are now realizing. You get to live them. So honor them by being your authentic self. All right, the Seven of Vessels. The Seven of Vessels is about choice. And the choice is to move on from what you have completed, what energy you're done with. So, you know, we can grieve not just lost loved ones, but we can grieve our own cycles of our life, lessons in our life, events. So it's like there's whatever this energy is that you're done with, it's like you honored it, like you honor your ancestors by recognizing the lessons that you've learned. Sometimes we grieve the loss of not just a relationship or a person. It could be a workplace or a project. Sometimes we try to achieve something and the path that we take doesn't exactly fan out the way we want to, but you still gained something in that process. So this is about honoring that. You have rebirth and you have mourning. So it's like this cycle, right? The cups are empty here, and here they're full. So recognizing that cycle. All right, let's keep going. It's really interesting. What other message do you have for the first reading? Now you're hearing Cora walk around. I still need to put a picture of her on Instagram. All right, the pole star. This is somebody coming out of the forest. So I feel like you are ending this cycle. All right? You're ending this cycle of death and rebirth. Mourning your loss and then going back and filling your cup back up. Mourning your loss and then going back and filling your cup back up, because now you're coming out of the forest. You go into the forest to connect to yourself, to understand yourself. And look at this person glowing. I talked about you glowing. When you are your authentic self, your true self, you glow. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, if you're a man or you're a woman, what your physical traits are. When you let your inner glow shine, that is what people are attracted to. And of course, it doesn't really matter. It's not about just being attractive, but it is that quality that makes one attractive. It's not the shape of someone's nose or their eyes. It's this glow. And I see you having that now. There's some understanding that you're coming to that's ending this cycle that you've been repeating. You're going through this period of expansion, of a creative, spiritual, energetic, passionate expansion. After experiencing this cycle, going within and embracing who you are. All right, let's get another card. The mirror. Oh my, 2 mirrors. Yeah, it's definitely time for you to reflect. Reflect on who you are. And I'm also hearing that some of you may not even like looking into the mirror. You don't like how you look. And that is going to change. That's going to change. When you come out of this forest and you truly understand who you are and how magnificent and brilliant you are, then you will not mind looking in the mirror. I'm telling you, put on your best clothes, your favorite shoes, whatever makes you feel most powerful. Dance, sing, listen to music, paint, draw, do things that make you feel creative and empowered. And this is how you're going to make your light shine. Wow. Uzume is very present in your reading. Very present. You're transforming. There's something in your subconscious mind, a false belief that's kept you in this cycle that's coming to an end now. Wow. I mean, and this looks, it says the mirror, but we see a corpse on a boat. It's like the river Styx. So you're crossing over into a new realm where you see yourself and others in a new way, and you're seen differently. Wow, this is a really different reading. Yeah, you're going to see your glow. You're going to see your power. This is who you truly are. Pile number 1, so happy for you. This is so powerful. Please let me know how this connects. I love to hear the connections you make between the readings and your own life. And of course, you're always welcome to connect with me through my website if you would like a personalized tarot reading. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you, Uzume. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the Crazy Lace Agate Star, also known as the Happy Lace or Laughter Stone. It is a stone of positivity that helps to dispel, disperse negativity, and invoke positivity, happiness, joy into your life. It also helps to bring clarity of the mind, which makes sense because when you are fearful or even depressed, when you are in the throes of intense vibrations that aren't of a higher level, it's already been scientifically proved that it's hard to think logically when you're angry, when you're scared. So yeah, it makes sense that it brings clarity of mind by elevating your vibration. All right, you also chose the card Insects Support. So Uzume wants you to know that you are not alone, you're supported. You are surrounded by beautiful angelic beings, guardians, nature spirits that are protecting you, that are guiding you. And insects are many times not seen, but integral to our ecosystems, as many people are aware of with the bees. But of course, bees are not the only insects that we depend on, and there are more insects and spiders, little creepy crawly things than there are any other type of creatures on the planet. I believe beetles alone outnumber any other type of creature. So they all play an integral role, and they can uplift our spirits. People always get so happy to see butterflies, and many of these insects have been revered by various ancient cultures for their power of transformation and strength, like the beetle, the butterfly, the dragonfly, their ability to change directions swiftly, spiders' ability to weave a web, and all the messages, all the lessons that we learn from these. So you may be a person that already values insects and appreciates the beauty that they bring into our world and the lessons that we can learn from them, the knowledge we can gain from them. You may talk to ants and ask the ants to carry your prayers into the earth to Mother Gaia. All right, let's get some oracle cards and find out what other messages Uzume has for you. And if you're ever curious about which decks I use, I always list all the cards that I use in the description box below. And if I have a link where you can find them, I'll include that as well. All right. What other messages does Uzume have for reading number 2? All right, we have Guardian Angel. What did I tell you? I told you that Uzume wants you to know that you are not alone. Look at that. It literally says that. You are not alone. Thank you, Uzume, for your confirmation. Wow. You aren't alone. You may find feathers and collect them. I know many of you do. You've shared that with me. And you may watch the insects. I feel like if you came to this pile, you very much draw upon the energies of nature to support you, to nurture you. Nature is the true temple. It is where we commune with the divine, where we can connect with ourselves, reflect and understand, receive, download. It truly is our mother. All right, protection, guardian, drop your shields. Yeah, so many of you are feeling fearful. I'm also hearing a judgment. So if you feel that people are basically not good, then you will find evidence of that. And by keeping your shield up, you're also blocking blessings. So Uzume is asking you, rather than being fearful and suspicious or judgmental, instead to raise your vibration and know that you are protected. Picture a circle of white light around you. See that emanating from your heart, and that is a bubble of high vibration that you can use to only allow the highest and best good energies into your space. All right, let's get another card from this oracle deck. What other message does Uzume have for reading number 2? All right, let's get this card. Healing. Yeah. Now is a time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. Look at the rainbow. All right, rainbow people, if you recently heard that message, put a little rainbow in there. That was the reading on Iris. If you didn't get to hear it, you can go back and listen to it. But healing, yeah, you are meant to heal. This is the other reason to drop your guard. Because by expanding your positive energy, you're going to help facilitate healing in others without even necessarily talking to them or touching them or knowing them. Just you exuding this magnificent brilliance energy of yours, you going about your day is going to heal others when they come around you. And some of you are aware of your healing abilities. So this is confirmation, or maybe you've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about taking a cranial sacral therapy class or massage or Reiki, physical therapy. This is confirmation for you. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what other messages Uzume has for you at this time. What messages do you have for reading number 2, Uzume? Thank you for your presence. All right, we have the 3 of Stones. Look at that. What did I tell you about you connecting to nature? You are part of nature, and you are meant to draw upon Gaia, Mother Earth, nature to create something. And I see many of you collecting feathers, and I'm seeing somebody that collects honeycomb or paper wasp nest, something of that nature, and then creating art with it. Like somebody's painting with it, using it as a stamp. Somebody else is making sculptures, or they're taking inspiration from what the insects do, the patterns in their wings, the way that they fly, spider's web, taking inspiration from the patterns of leaves. Some of you are making prints using leaves, maybe jelly prints, or making prints on clothing, drawing from nature and honoring nature really with these creations, but also while doing that, incorporating a healing into it, channeling your divine ability to heal into your creations, whatever they are. They may not be works of art. They may be something written. Some of you may even make your own pen with a feather that you find. Wow. This is definitely a very creative group that came to this second reading. All right, Queen of Vessels. Definitely abundance, creating abundance, but it's an abundance of rich experiences. Not to say that you will not or are not experiencing any kind of material wealth, but vessels are associated with emotions and fulfillment. So you are channeling divine love, which is how you are a healer. And you may not even be conscious of it. You're so connected to your inner child that you don't even think twice about, going outside and collecting feathers and acorns and leaves, or being excited when you see a ladybug. You don't really think about, oh, what are other people gonna think about this? You just, like a child, with that childlike innocence and joy, just do these things. So I see you experiencing this very rich life where you're cultivating this creative energy that you're channeling. You're channeling this divine love and incorporating it, imbuing it, weaving it into your creations, and it just flows. You don't really even think about it. And you're such a kind soul. So kind. Yeah. All right, let's get some more. 7 of Arrows. Insecurity. So one thing that you're developing is, again, this knowledge that you are protected, you're surrounded, and when other people say things that might be hurtful, you're beginning to understand that those are their wounds speaking. And it says more about them and their spiritual wounds, the life experiences they've had, than it does about you. You're learning to not let these words affect you. All right, let's get some more cards. We have the Queen of Stones. Okay, so that's 2 queens. And, you know, when I saw this salmon, I mentioned abundance, but the Queen of Stones would be like the Queen of Pentacles. So this is abundance of a material sort, as well as abundance of rich experiences and fulfillments. So wonderful. I love that. Beautiful. And okay, here's another reference to the Uzume story, because we see this bear coming out of the cave. So if you listen to the information about Uzume, it talks about how she coaxes the sun goddess out of a cave. So yeah, think of everything about a bear, like that mama bear coming out, protecting, protecting themselves. And here again, we have that protection guardian. So there's something about protecting. What are you protecting? Protecting yourself. But we have this message of dropping your shields and healing. I think that your protection is taking on a new form. It's not coming from a place of being disempowered or a target of somebody else's malintent. Instead, it's coming from a place of power, like a bear. You know, a bear doesn't walk around thinking about how it has to protect itself from predators, because it's at the top of the food chain. So it's recognizing your power, your own inner strength, and that you are surrounded and protected by your guardian angels. Yeah, so it's this whole shift of, it's not that you aren't protected, it's that you're dropping this identity of feeling that you need to protect yourself, because you're not this person that needs to be protected. You're empowered, you're powerful, you're strong like a bear. So nobody's going to mess with you. You're just protected. Okay, I love that. Let's see what else. The Queen of Bows. Okay, that is 3 queens. Wow. So we had a reading a few days ago that had a lot of male energy, and now we have all this female energy, which means it's very nurturing. And the first card that came out is the 3 of Stones, creativity. So I see you entering this phase of fertility, growth, expansion. When a bear comes out of the cave, a mama bear, she has cubs with her. We have a salmon, a symbol of abundance and fertility. The reason that they swim upstream so abundantly is so that they can mate. And then we have the hare. Hare and rabbit are symbols of fertility, because they can actually get pregnant while they're pregnant. They don't have a season. They're just always able to reproduce. So you are entering a phase of abundance and fertility. It's like anything that you plant now is going to grow. It's going to be blessed. So you want to make sure that you're planting seeds of in things that you want to plant, not seeds of doubt or fear, but seeds of power, seeds of enlightenment, your own unfolding of your spiritual understanding, all of that. Yeah, wow, this is amazing. I'm just amazed that you got all those queens. All right, and Page of Stones. the links. So learning how to use all of this to create wealth. Learning how to use all of these energies to create wealth. And 3 is a magic number for you. I know this is pile number 2, but you have the 3 of stones, and then you have 3 queens. And you have 3 stones cards. The 3 of stones, the Queen of stones, and the Page of stones. So stones are not only material wealth, but it's also earth. It's the energy of earth. And it's about taking this divine inspiration and integrating it into the 3D. Exactly what we talked about before, channeling this divine energy into what you're creating. Love that. And look at this. Links completely protected. And you know what's interesting about hare, they're different than rabbits, is rabbits live in burrows. They dig holes in the ground, and that's where they hide. Hare don't live in holes. They rely on their agility and speed and camouflage to stay safe from predators. And so when they're born, unlike rabbits, their eyes are open, they can see, and they're moving around. Rabbits have to, when they're born, stay in their little burrows, protected for a few weeks until they are able to see better and move around. They're not completely developed like a hare is. Absolutely powerful, amazing message. Thank you, Uzume. Pile number 2, wishing you the best. Please let me know about your creative endeavors. It sounds truly magical. And of course, you're always welcome to reach out to me for any further guidance. My link to my website is in the description box below. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the ruby kyanite, which helps us to live a healthier and happier life, bringing us courage and clarity. You also chose the drum, and the drum has been used by indigenous people to help groups of people to synchronize their rhythms. It's like a heartbeat, and helps us to synchronize to the beat of Mother Gaia. It also helps to disperse negative energy or energy patterns that no longer serve us. All right, let's get some oracle cards and see what other messages Uzume has for you. Reading number 3, and I always list the cards that I use in the description box below, and if I have a link as to where you can find them, I'll include that as well. All right, what messages does Uzume have for reading number 3? All right, we have the Elder. Move beyond ancestral patterns. What did I tell you? The drum is about breaking up these energy patterns, these cycles that get repeated in our life. And in this case, they're repeated from our ancestors. So it's actually an energy pattern that's passed on through the bloodline, through families. And we have Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Oh, and I love that there's an orange here because citrus fruits are connected to Uzume. So consuming citrus fruits, using citrus scents like citrus essential oils, grapefruit, tangerines, oranges, All of these help to increase our positivity, our happiness, our joy. They're also a symbol of abundance. And even wearing the color orange, we see that he's wearing orange and this drum is orange. So even that color is going to encourage more happiness and positivity into your life. All right, let's get a card from this deck. What other message says? Okay, well, 2 wanted to come out. Let's see what they are. We have nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We only need to open our hearts and minds. Yeah, I love that. And wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what other messages Uzume has for you, reading number 3. What messages does Uzume have for reading number 3? Okay, let's get these cards and see what they are, see if we need any more. All right, we have the Queen of Bows, hair. This was in pile number 2, if you were drawn to that pile. And this is about channeling your creativity. The hair is a symbol of fertility and abundance. And instantly, what I saw when I drew this card is a rabbit or a hare tapping its foot on the ground. That rhythm. Something about that rhythm and the rhythm of your life, changing the rhythm of your life, walking to the beat of your own drummer. Very creative time for you. And the 4 of Stones. This is about balance, being protected, feeling stable, safe, secure. We see this little fawn here, kind of tucked away, nestled, all cozied up, shielded from the outside world. And we see this stone balancing on these other 2 stones. And this little fawn looks perfectly trusting that that stone is going to stay there. 4 is a number of stability. All right, the mirror. This also came out in pile number 2, and the mirror is a symbol of Uzume. So taking time to reflect, healing something in the subconscious mind, transforming it. And you may also be, well, okay, actually it was pile number 2. Also this, look at this little insect, this little beetle. So insects was pile number 2. And beetles are a symbol of strength, resilience, and transformation. They are little creatures that can carry things much heavier than their own body weight. And they have a connection to the sun, as does Uzume. The moon reflects the sun. In ancient Egypt, many times the sun was depicted as being moved across the sky by a scarab. And the moon reflects the light of the sun. So there is definitely something about reflection. The energies that you send out into the universe, wishing wisely, that energy is reflected back to you. Balance. Look at that. I told you, balance. So Uzume is helping to bring balance back into your life by dispersing these ancestral patterns, these patterns that have been repeated, not only in your lifetime, but in the lifetime of your parents, grandparents, your ancestors. So drumming is one way to help cast off or disperse these energies, but so is spending time in nature. And the 9 of Arrows. So the 9 of Arrows is a card about the energy of anxiety and stress. And what we see here is that these arrows are kind of scattered. It's like scattered thoughts. But you see she's picking up just one to focus it and shoot it. So being selective about your thoughts, choosing the thoughts that are most beneficial for your highest and best good and those around you, and dispersing the thoughts, the energies that don't serve you. Releasing those. All right, let's get some more cards. What message does Uzume have? All right, here we go. The ancestor. Yeah, that also came out in pile number 2. And we talked about moving beyond the ancestors' patterns. There is literally, just even though we have this term of intergenerational trauma, right? And inheriting problems, right? Inheriting these patterns that no longer serve us. We also inherit gifts. And you know, I keep saying pile number 2. Maybe you're meant to listen to all 3. But now that I think about it, this was from pile number 1. So, and we see on her drum, look at that, another drum. Drum, musical instruments, all of those are symbols of Uzume because she danced, she played, she laughed. So you also inherit the gifts of your ancestors, and your ancestors are around you. You are your ancestors' hopes and dreams. You are your ancestors' answers. And they're with you. They are helping you at this time do this spiritual work for the past and future generations. All right, 7 of Arrows. Yes, I feel like this one also came out. That's so interesting. So we see here someone bound by this vine, and these arrows all kind of aimed at her, but she's resilient. It's making her stronger. You're the person meant to heal these things. Look at her dressed in green. Let's get another card, pile number 3. Oh, all right, that's too many. Okay, that one came out. 5 of Arrows. Yeah, you are really healing a lot. Again, I see you healing things that go back thousands of years, patterns that go back thousands of years. And I love this depiction of the 5 of arrows because we don't see any of them hitting its target. This is, you are learning to decipher which survival skills are helpful and which ones no longer serve you. You are in the process of shedding those behaviors, those beliefs, those coping mechanisms, those survival skills that no longer serve you, and cultivating new tools, new skills, and cultivating ancient ones that you've inherited that now you can invoke and use in your lifetime to heal not just yourself, but others. All right, the 9 of Stones. Right, so the 9 of Stones is you, it says here, tradition. You're creating a new tradition that combines ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom with modern technology. You're integrating those two things, and you're creating this independence for yourself. All right, let's read all of these words that we have down here. We have hair, protection, mirror, balance, dedication, the ancestor, insecurity, frustration, and tradition. We see this person holding a snake. And snakes are, they have for a very ancient time, and I feel like this particular deck really taps into ancient archetypes that are held deep within our blood and bones in our DNA. And the ancient archetype of the snake is about knowledge. So you hold the knowledge in one hand, and in the other hand, the power. And you're bringing this knowledge and this power together to conquer these ancestral patterns. Wow. That is amazing, pile number 3. Part of your journey is to really focus on what you want, to shift your energy from seeing what's wrong and focusing your intentions on what you're creating. Just like the Queen of Bows. And I love that this deck has bows and arrows. Arrows would be swords in a traditional deck, and bows would be passion, spirituality, creativity. So the arrows are things that wound us. These are spiritual wounds. They're hurtful things people say and do. They're experiences that inflicted suffering upon us. And what I see you doing is I see you taking these, transmuting them, transforming them with your energy, with the vibration, with your frequency, just like the drum creates a vibration. And you're using that as fuel to create something new with your bow. And as a result, you are this now powerful, wise person, this independent force to be reckoned with. What a lovely message and a powerful message. Wow. Please let me know how this resonates and how this applies to your life. And you may want to go back and listen to piles 1 and 2. Thank you, Uzume, for this powerful message. And thank you, reading number 3, for being such a powerful being and transmuting all of this energy. The light in me sees the light in you. Bye.